Hey y'all, I am Samantha. You are blessed. You are beautiful. Thank God. What if I just hit up with some, hey, what it do?
What up, what up? Yeah, I think I like that.
You're blessed and beautiful. Hey. Why can't we be serious? Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, I like that, you know, okay.
Hey, y'all, what it do? It is me. No, seriously, Samantha. This is my girl, Portia. As you've seen from the previous video, you are blessed. You are beautiful. Thank God for you and this video. Okay, so we are going to talk about something honestly out of the blue. I'm the kind of person, and I'm going to be real with y'all, that likes to plan things like, okay, how's this going to be done? But honestly, this is very...
God is just giving us something to talk about, you know, so.
The topic is, boom.
Ooh, okay, so I just had an idea. We should talk about college relationships, coming into college, and I know a lot of people think they're gonna meet their mates, their future husband or wife. So that's a major thing on like a lot of people's mind. Okay, going to college being single, going to college being in a relationship. There's a lot to cover there. So
yeah, and we're gonna speak on like more of our standpoint as Christian or believers of Christ who are actively learning and growing. So, you know, when you said that, so we went to this college. So the undergrad, the place we went to for undergrad has this tradition. I'm not gonna say the name, but y'all could probably peep my first video I ever did, and you'll see my tribute to it. But there's this tree, and it's called a something tree. And
why don't you say the name?
It's called the century tree. So when you're a freshman, they're telling you it's a cult. And when you're a freshman, God forbid, I'm sorry. When you're a freshman, they tell you like if you go there alone, you're gonna be single for the rest of your life. So a lot of
I definitely did that a few times because it's a shortcut to get to places where you need to go, and I'm gonna go through the tree.
But my dumb self believed it at the time. I said, God forbid, not me. I rebuke you, Satan. So in an environment like that, you're told before you even start your first day of class, if you go but underneath this tree, you are single for the rest of your life. First of all, how can a tree dictate my relationship status? I just want to put that out there. So if you go to that school, cut that out. Yeah. Secondly, we're always taught like rain by spring, or you have to be in a relationship, and I don't think that as young as we are at that time, and even later on, that you should just dive into something because it's what's cool.
Yeah, I to piggyback off of that, personally, I would say to wait. Honestly, your freshman and sophomore year is you figuring out yourself. You're really figuring out how to study. Even having a partner in college, like, things can get confusing. Like now your priorities are another person when they should be school and focusing. It's a new learning style. Like you have to learn how to sit down and study for a long period of time. High school wasn't anything like that. You could just go in and take a test. So that's not how college is. So when you throw in another person, especially like someone else that's figuring their self out, there's a lot of room for like friction. There's a lot of room for problems that can arise. So I would definitely wait until your junior and senior year to start getting into more serious relationships. And I feel like college is just, it's another world within itself. It's so weird. It's like temptation is magnified, like the temptation around, because honestly you have your own dorm room, you have your own apartment, and
you
it's
have normalized
freedom. Yeah, and you can literally go to a party, meet up with someone after. There's just so much more room for temptation to happen. So why would you get in a relationship knowing that, okay, there's other girls or other guys around, and then you want to be like so serious? Not saying like, I mean, some people can definitely do it. Yeah, honestly.
And we've seen people or heard of stories where they met prior to college, or they met their freshman year and they're still together. Yeah. But for the average person,
come on now.
You know,
just wait till junior, senior year, get more serious. That's really the time where you're most likely, you know yourself, you're much more prepared, because the same person I was my freshman year is definitely not the same person that graduated from that school. So it's a different mindset. You yourself change. What you liked your freshman year may not be what you even like your sophomore year. So I would say just not let that don't let that be the first thing on your mind when you go to college is, oh, I'm gonna find
my boo, my Boaz.
Yeah, so just go in with the mindset like, hey, the first thing you want to think about is how will I be successful at the school I'm attending? How can I get my GPA the highest that it can be?
Wow.
That's really where your mindset
A lot
should
of
be.
people don't think that way.
Yeah, and that's not where I did not think that way at all.
I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want to have friends and
that was my
free
thing.
Food. Yeah,
the free. I didn't think about that until later. But no, the friend thing, seriously.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother video in itself. You may see some people who are like, oh, little mama, let me holler at you kind of thing. And they're seniors.
Looking good, girl.
Or they're juniors or whatever. Or better yet, oh, he an alpha, he a noob, he is a whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Honey, let me tell you right now. If you're a girl, listen to this.
She about to read y'all.
No, I can't even focus anymore with this laughter. No, but let me tell you right now. Like, listen it.
Bro, you should zoom.
Open your ears. They don't care about you. They just care about how you look. Or they just see that you a number. And that's not saying everyone is like that, but most people are. See what their fruits are. Yeah. Honestly, if you look at what the fruits of the Spirit are and just ask for discernment, if you don't even know anything, if you were just, oh, I went to church and I don't know much about this Christian, like, look, I don't care where you are. Google fruits of the Spirit. Okay, it's on your phone. See what that is. Are they displaying certain things to you? And do they even love you like you would? Because a lot of times I feel like we are quick to be deceived. Just because someone pays you mine and you were not paid mine before, or you were paid mine but it's now on an elevated level, does not mean that it matters. Let me tell you, these people that are in whatever organizations or titles that they carry, they're just people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything at the end of the day.
It really does. And that's the crazy thing. Like, I remember my freshman year coming in and looking at all these older people, and they were like, had these positions, leader, da da da. And I was like, ooh, okay. Like, and then like growing up, like becoming a junior and sophomore, looking at everybody that had those roles, and I'm just like, bro, this is what I was so excited about. Like, these people are absolutely, some of them, not to be specific about nobody, but some of them were actually trash people, and I know that they they pride on freshman girls. Well, I wouldn't say freshman guys because girls don't usually do that, but
some do though.
You think girls?
I think guys do more.
Yeah, I think
guys do more because guys want free food and they know you have swipes and they want to take advantage. Some people are
and you're
nice,
very
though,
like
oblivious to the truth.
Yeah, and you're naive.
We're so stupid. And we're naive.
Right. Yeah, so, and that's very true, honestly. You come in as a freshman, you think, oh my God, this older guy likes me, you think it's cool, and he knows you think it's cool. So it's easier to like manipulate that person. That's why I say, like, definitely wait till you're a junior or senior to even like really, and it's gonna be hard because
to consider.
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't want to sound like a parent, but coming from like, you know, now I'm old, so now I know a little more than what I,
She's just more wise.
Yeah, a lot more wise now. And if I would have went back, and I'm actually like proud of how I was my sophomore year. Like, yeah, I talked to guys, like, but I kept them at like a I kind of
don't take them seriously.
Yeah, I didn't take any of them seriously. Like the older dudes that they try to talk to me and everything. In the back of my mind, I was like, okay, this is very suspicious. Like all these upperclassmen that are doing so many great stuff with their life, and you want a freshman that just came in. You don't even know me. Money.
You never met me. We never been in conversation.
Yeah, like this is my first semester here, but you like me and you want to buy me food, and so it just didn't sit well. It didn't even make sense to me at the time. So
yeah, and know your worth. Like my brother, he told me ahead of time, and even though I'm like, look, I know I'm not dumb. My brother reinforced, like, look, this is what happens. People will try to leech on you. People will take advantage of you just because this person says, oh, you're cute does not mean anything. My brother, honestly, shout out to him, because even though at the time I was like, man, why are you talking too much? I realized he was really looking out for me. Yeah, because he knows he's a guy. Yeah. So he's going to think like how guys think on average and try to prevent anything happening to them. And honestly, for the guys, if you ever watch this, why would you do that to a younger girl if you wouldn't do that to your sister, or you wouldn't allow a guy to do that with your sister? I feel like that's just very hypocritical. I'm sorry to like start going off of this. I feel like that's very hypocritical. Like, why would you do that if you would not do that to your own sister?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, with that, it's just a lot of brokenness, and I feel like you need to achieve wholeness. But that's another story for another day. So that's my thing, honey girl. Like, if you realize that somebody is actually taking interest of you, I'm not saying you have to play hard to get, but mind your space. You know, you are precious. At the end of the day, you are worth far more than rubies and gold. So don't just allow anybody to just mess up your day, ruin who you are, waste your life, waste your time, because we don't got time for that. And I feel like a lot of times, if people truly start to see their worth, they wouldn't, or their value, same thing, they wouldn't allow people to really do certain things to them. I understand people make mistakes and we learn from them, and that's part of life, you know, but there's a way that we can also control the narrative. We can just be more wise with things. We could be not as naive, like she mentioned. Just don't believe everything that people say. Don't be so gullible.
Yeah.
Be cautious.
Mm-hmm.